We are looking at fitting linear models to data. Let's just jump right in. First example here, the table shows the number of cricket chirps in 15 seconds for several different air temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit. Plot this data and determine whether the data appears to be linearly related. So I'm going to do a scatter plot. We're going to plot all these points. The chirps are going to be our x values or our inputs. The temperature outside will be our y values, our outputs. So 44 chirps corresponds to 80.5 degrees. So that would be about right there. Okay, and I'm going to take a moment and do the rest. Here I have it plotted and determine whether the data appears to be linear. And yes, it appears to be linear. Okay, and now number 2, find a linear function that fits the data by eyeballing a line that seems to fit. So I think I will use linearly. So I'm going to use that eyeballed. So eyeball really is just like me kind of guessing where I think the point should be, or where the line should be. And I'm going to create what I think is my a line that fits it the best. So for slope, I picked these 2 points. I picked 18.5 and 52 and 37 and 73.5. So, and I don't think I want to make any assumptions. I think I'm going to solve to find the y-intercept, because when you have a jump like this on the graph, where we have it right here, that means that I'm not starting at 0. So any y-intercepts that are presented there aren't accurate. So I will have to solve for my initial value. All right, so first things first though, change in y and over change in x. We're gonna do 73.5 minus 52 over 37 minus 18.5. We end up with 21.5 over 18.5, which means the slope of that red line is 1.1622. So my equation so far is, remember we're trying to do this form, y equals 1.1622x plus b. I don't know b, but I do know my red line. It doesn't matter which one of these we pick. I'm going to use this one. When I have an x value of 18.5, I have to get an answer of 52, because that point is on the red line right there. All right, so solving this for b gives us a b value of 30.5. So that means my equation is, I don't have much space here, y equals 1.1622x plus 30.5. All right, there is the function that I think fits that equation. Okay, now, or is the line of best fit, I should say. Sometimes points that land outside of kind of the majority of the points, we don't use. In this case, they were all pretty much together. But when you're looking at we call this a scatter plot. If we're looking, I'm going to show you a picture. This is the same scatter plot. If I'm looking at the scatter plot and I'm looking at values inside of it and outside of it, and ones that are like far away from the majority or close, we can, what they call, either interpolate or extrapolate information from. Right. Use the cricket data from table 1 above to answer the following questions. Would predicting the temperature when the crickets are chirping 30 times, using that to interpret the temperature, be interpolation or extrapolation? Make a prediction and discuss whether it's reasonable. Well, we're within them, so it's interpolation. Okay. And our prediction for 30 chirps is 62 degrees-ish Fahrenheit. Okay, I think it's reasonable. It's reasonable based on the values in our table and the fact that our input here is within our interpolation window. So it's within kind of the domain of values. Okay. All right. If I'm trying to answer a question out here, like I said, that would be extrapolation, which is what the next question is asking. What if we wanted to make a prediction about the number of chirps for 40 degrees? Here's 40 degrees. Could I say that's probably going to be 8 chirps? You can say it, but it isn't necessarily true. Okay. So this is extrapolation. I'll just circle it and make a prediction. The line suggests 8 chirps in 15 seconds, but it is not necessarily reasonable. Because it's outside of like our domain area or our range of area. In the table. Okay. All right. 4 says find the least squares regression line using the cricket chirp data in table 2. Okay. Some books say this, some books say regression line. I'm going to say regression line because I'm going to pull my calculator out and I'm going to have my calculator find this. So here's my calculator. I'm going to main screen. If you look at your calculator and you see if you have an 84, okay, there's other calculators can do it. You'll have to learn how your calculator works. But for my 84, if I hit stat and I go edit, it'll bring me to a table of values. Now, for the sake of time, I've already entered in my L1 column. Let's see if I can move this over for us. My L1 column correlates with the number of chirps, so that's going to be my x's. My L2 column correlates with the y values. Okay, so I have them all in there. Okay, the next thing that we are going to do is we can, now that we have those in there, we can go second quit and get out of that screen. Okay, now I can get my calculator to do scatter plots, but I have to turn the plot on. Above your y equals screen or your y equal button, it says plot. So you're going to go second y equals and it'll take you to plot. This particular calculator has a plot 1, plot 2, plot 3 option. I'm actually just plot 1 and I'm going to come down and click on. Okay, the line will be blue. Or excuse me, the plot will be blue. The type is a scatter plot. This is how I'm going to mark it. Maybe I'll change that to that one. X is the L1 column. Y was the L2 column. If I like that, I can move on. It's on now. I'm going to go window. And when we plotted this by hand, I made my window 0 to 60 for X and 0 to 80. Actually 40 to 80 for Y. So I'm going to do something similar here. It looks like I went just to 50 for my X's. It's up to you. Obviously, you can set it at whatever you'd like to set it at. Okay. So whatever you're comfortable with. And then if you go to graph, you will see your scatter plot. Oops, don't look at that line. That line's not there. Oh goodness. Up, up, up. Clear, clear, clear. clear. There you go. Okay, graph, my bad. There is the scatter plot of our information. Okay, so we already had that. Now we're trying to get our calculator to do a line of best fit for us. So here's how we're going to do that. You're going to go back to that stat. And you're going to notice we did edit before, but now we're going to go over to where it says calculate. And we're going to look down our list. I like number 4 in my list says lin regression, ax plus b. Well, that's linear, so I want number 4. Here on my main screen, it's going to tell me that the x's are going to be the L1 column we had, the y's are the L2 column we had. Don't worry about frequency. The storing is up to you. Some calculators will have it nicely, some will not, okay? If you don't have it nicely and you want to, go to that spot and you're gonna, here's how you enter it in. You don't have to do this part, okay? You're gonna go vars, y vars, function, and I'm gonna put it in y1. It'll show up there, okay? Don't overthink that right now. If you didn't do that part, it's okay, hit enter. What you're seeing right here is A is the number in front of the X, so that's our slope. B is the constant on the end, so that's your y-intercept, okay? So you know your mx plus b because we know our values there, okay? I'm gonna talk about r's in just a second. Now, I'm gonna go to my y equals screen because when I did this stored regression equation and I stored it in y sub 1, it put it here, okay? It's a lot of digits, so to show you the very front of it, we'd have to arrow over, okay? And now if I hit graph, I have the scatter plot and the line of best fit in my window, okay? Now, let's go back here. The regression line that it said was 1.1432x plus 30.2806. There was the regression line that my calculator found. Now let's visit about the correlation coefficient. That is the R value that we saw. So I'm going to go back to main screen, okay? Look down at your R value. Our R value was 0.95. Okay? Our value was 0.95, and here's what I'll tell you. The closer your values are to 1 or -1, the better your data fit the, excuse me, let me say that the other way. The better your line fit the data. So if your R value is close to 0, you're going to have a very, very scattered data set, okay? The closer it is to 1 or -1, the more linear your data set will be. The bottom ones are really hard, so we're not going to focus on those. We won't have that, okay? So ours for our equation that we just did, we got a 0.95, which means it fit it pretty well. All right, and that's it for that. Let's go to one last question. We will do a scatter plot, find a regression line, find the R value. Gasoline consumption in the United States has been steadily increasing. Consumption data from 1994 to 2004 is shown in the table. Determine whether the trend is linear. If so, find the model for the data. Use the model to predict consumption in 2008. All right, grab your calculator. I'm going to do this kind of fast. What was our deal? Our deal was we go stat, we go edit, and I have lists there. I do want to clear these lists. Don't hit delete. You're going to hit clear. Clear. And then, come on. Okay, I already have the plot on, but, oh, and I have this equation in there from before that I don't want. All right. Equations cleared, plot is on, my window is very wrong. So my x's, I have 0 to 10. So window, 0 to 10. My y's are going to go, let's go 100 to 150. And now plot. Yes, it looks pretty linear. So I'd say this is a linear relationship. All right. Next, remember how to find our equation? We're going to go stat over to calculate, and we want a linear regression. If we want, we can store it. If you don't want to store it, you don't have to. For storing it, you're going to go find the spot where you're going to store it. We're going to say vars over to y vars, enter, and then y sub 1. Enter. It gave us the values here, but it also put them in our equation. So A, 2.2091 x plus 113.3182. Okay? This is the initial value, right? So they're using the line of best fit, so it's not going to match this number exactly, right? And then this is the slope. Now, this is the change in y over change in x, so this stands for billions of gallons per year. Billions of gallons per year is our x. Okay? Now, I stored it in y1, so it's in there. So when I hit graph, it'll put my line on there. And there's my line, my regression line. All right? Now, let's go back to main screen. My R value was 0.9965. Okay? So what does that tell me again? Well, remember, the closer it is to 1, the better fit it is. So this is a really good, this is a good prediction line, okay? So good fit. Use your model to predict consumption in 08. So if I'm in 08, what year is that, right? I'm not going to put in 08. I'm going to put in 14 because we are 4 more past the 10 mark. So 14. So we'll plug in a 14 and see what we get. Okay. So plug in 14 into your X spot. I'm going to $144.24. 144.24 billions gallons of gas in 2008. There we go.